On this day, a young couple, holding a Dalmatian in their arms, arrived at one of the veterinary clinics in the Ohio region. The dog named Anfisa was remarkably beautiful, but she appeared frightened and bewildered. She didn't seem to comprehend where she was, and she clung to her owner, her eyes concealed from the clinic staff. The dog had 3 broken legs, rendering her unable to walk. It was likely that during a walk, her owners had let her off the leash, and she had ended up under the wheels of a car. The dog underwent an examination, including an X-ray. The veterinarian concluded that Anfisa's paws could be treated, but surgery would be necessary. The estimated cost of treating the dog in the clinic was $800. Upon hearing this amount, the dog's owner immediately inquired about the cost of euthanizing Anfisa. The doctor attempted to explain that euthanasia was only an option if there were appropriate medical reasons, but Anfisa didn't have any such indications. No one was willing to euthanize a healthy dog, as treating her paws would be sufficient for a full and healthy life. Although the owners of Anfisa didn't seem to be financially disadvantaged, they evidently had no intention of spending money on their pet, and they dismissed the doctor's arguments. Without further ado, the couple simply exited the clinic, leaving the helpless dog on the floor. The doctors had no choice but to administer Anfisa the final injection, but the dog looked at the people with such hope in her eyes that they couldn't bring themselves to proceed. Several of our shelter's animals were being treated at this clinic, so the doctors decided to give Anfisa one last chance and called me, an animal lover girl, to determine whether we could take on the treatment of yet another animal. Sasha, they left the dog with us and requested euthanasia to avoid treatment expenses. We thought of calling you to see if you can assist the animal, the doctor told Sasha. I don't want to pressure you, but we need a quick decision. Then I requested that they contact the dog's owners to obtain a written refusal, allowing us to assume responsibility for the animal's care. Without hesitation, the doctors acted upon my request. In the evening, I contacted the clinic to inquire about the surgery schedule for the dog. It turned out that the veterinarian had already operated on 2 of her legs, and she only needed to settle the doe. The surgery on the 3rd leg was scheduled for the following day to allow the dog some rest and time to regain her strength. We hadn't had the time to initiate a fundraiser for her treatment, so we had to scrape together funds as best we could. But when it concerns matters of life or death, one must act decisively. A week later, I received a video from the vet. He didn't conceal his satisfaction with his work and the progress of his patient's recovery. In the video, Anfisa not only smiled and wagged her tail, but also playfully spun around the veterinarian. Her healing was progressing rapidly, and though her gait was still unsteady, she could already stand on her paws and take short walks. We celebrated every new step of her progress, and Anfisa herself was in high spirits. A story that began so tragically had found a happy ending. We are deeply grateful to everyone who played a role in Anfisa's journey and provided her with a chance at a joyful life. What are your thoughts on this story? Would you be interested in lending a hand to an animal in such dire circumstances? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your input is greatly appreciated. Thank you.